Good morning, world. All right, setting the timer. Getting my mood adjuster on. I don't know why. Why is it that work days, clock in days, my bed is always so much cozier. Like I don't want to get up. It's not because I'm tired. I'm not really tired. I mean, I have days that I feel a little tired, but because I'm a thriver, it's not the same as being exhausted or, non-thriving. I mean, I would be drinking energy drinks if I wasn't thriving. I was. Before Thrive, I was drinking 2 5-hour energy drinks a day, and I still couldn't freaking stay awake. So, it's just, I don't know. I noticed that this morning. My alarm went off. We're making some adjustments to our workout schedule. So I didn't, I just went to the bathroom and I laid there and snuggled with Aries. It was great. I did go back to sleep kind of, but, I didn't really sleep heavily, which that doesn't even matter. I'm just saying it's funny to me that, yesterday I got to sleep in, because and when I say sleep in, I really just mean, even if I'm not sleeping, I really just mean a nice, relaxing, snuggly time with my dogs in my cozy bed, getting up when I feel like getting up and not because I got to get up and start the day, because I don't necessarily sleep. Because again, I don't really deal with being tired as often as I used to by any stretch of the word, It's just something that I was thinking about this morning when I woke up, how it's time to go to work and I don't want to get out the bed. I don't want to get out the bed. I just want to stay in the bed. And it's a different kind of just staying in the bed. It really is kind of kind of want to just sink down into the bed in the blanket with my dog and just disappear, right? Anyway, happy Monday, April 17th. Let's get our mental prep going and done and prepare for the day so that we can win the morning, so we can win the day. I really should take a drink of my lifestyle mix. I'm going to read this first. Breakdowns in beauty. There will be a time when the only way out is up. When all you can do... Yeah, I can't wait to get my new glasses. When all you can... That's a whole other conversation. Let me just tell you, I'm sad about the path I'm going with that. Oh my. Anyway, when all you can do to carry on is fall to your knees and cry, the ugly cry, to break your heart wide open for whatever is to come next. There will also be a time when the world will be so beautiful that the only way to take it all in is to fling your arms wide open, lift your face toward the sun, and allow all the beauty that exists to be with your soul. Be one. The cast pause section. I don't know why it's doing that now. It's kind of very frustrating. I was doing good last week waiting for it. Let me go ahead and take a drink of this. 6 minutes left. Or just drink most of it. Definitely one of those mornings that I was ready for it. All right, let me try this again, guys. Sorry. Breakdowns in beauty. There will be a time when the only way out is up. When all you can do to carry on is fall to your knees and cry the ugly cry, to break your heart wide open for whatever is to come next. There will also be a time when the world will be so beautiful that the only way to take it all in is to fling your arms wide open, lift your face toward the sun, and allow all the beauty that exists to be one with your soul. Both moments will come. Trust that you will be better for each of them. see the law of attraction has to say, what we can find. There was some sections in here that didn't have any markings. I was like, what? We'll go with this one. Blaming the victim. The law of attraction is asking us if we're blaming the victim. If you break your leg, did you attract that in your life? A plethora of books and DVDs such as The Secret by Australian author Rhonda Byrne, which I've read and watched the movie, which was featured twice on Oprah, has ignited a national discussion about the law of attraction and the simple promise that you are attracting everything into your life through your thought. Yet some scientists and critics disagree with that concept. They say it blames the patient to suggest that he or she attracted the heart disease, death of a child, or plane crash. I know this is hard to take in. I know this is hard to take in on an intellectual level, also on a personal level, because when you come from the first 12 years that I come from, and knowing and studying the law of attraction like I am, and what it says, we picked our parents, essentially, before we were born. So it's hard to think that I chose that life. I was not I necessarily, though. I was that energy coming into being a baby, being a human. So this was something that I really struggled with initially, even though I agreed about the law of attraction. You don't have to believe that the law of attraction is anything. It is a physics law. It is a scientific law. It is that. You can measure that. Like attracts like. There is no arguing that. The problem comes then when you start putting it into practice of your thoughts and your life, and then shit starts happening that you don't like, and you're like, I didn't fucking do that. And you're right. You didn't intentionally set out and be like, I'm just going to bring all the shit my way. You didn't. But you're either allowing the well-being to flow through you, or you're resisting it. And if you're resisting it, then you cannot allow the good. This is, if you're talking about how I'm too broke, I can't afford that. Well, like attracts like. Or I'm just getting older. That's just how my health is supposed to be. That's a mindset. Like attracts like. Right? Even with breaking my wrist, I knew I do take some blame in that, because here's the thing. I was considering leaving that trail because of the debris on that trail. It was a lot. Also, between the debris and where the roots are coming across underneath the pavement and it's breaking up the pavement, also is a lot. So when you couple those together, for rollerblading, it was like, okay, maybe this just isn't the part of the trail that I should be on. And I thought, let me go one more time. I was trying to set into place where I was going by myself, close to me, because the only time I was rollerblading is on Sundays when I was getting with Kimberly, and I wanted to do it more. And so I was like, let me go one more time and see how I feel. I will not go on that trail again with my rollerblades. There are plenty parts of the trail that are more open, that are going to have less debris and be more solid, because the trees, they're pine trees. It's all pine trees, basically. So, I attracted that in my life. It created a big change, though, in that last half of the year for me and my relationship and myself, and just all kinds of things. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. It sucked. It still kind of sucks, but I can use it. It's not right. I'm not fully healed by any stretch of the word. But I can use it. It's great, whatever, But I kind of attracted that because instead of going with my instinct, right? It's a whole other conversation. But the thing is, there goes my timer, so I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to keep it at my 3-minute timer, because I want to say this and then I want to go do my I ams and my gratitudes. But The law of attraction is always working, whether you believe it or not, whether you think it or not, whether you understand it or not. It does not matter. It is always working. Just like the sun is always going. Always going. It's always there. The sky is always there. The trees are always growing. You don't have to believe that. The grass, it's always growing. It is, these things. Whether you believe them or not. Whatever, they're there. The same for the law of attraction. So then you want to think, okay, if this is always working no matter what I think or believe, let me try to play into it. Let me try to work with it, which you do so by changing your mindset. Changing your state of being, changing your self-talk. You have to change your self-talk. You have to understand what your self-talk is. There are things that I'm catching still that I'm like, wow, like with my Thrive business, why am I not more bold? I've been focused working since May of last year, more consistent than I've ever been in the entire 5-6 years that I've been actively promoting Thrive. Not as consistent as I need to be, but 70% more consistent. I wouldn't say not as consistent as I need to be because I'm always doing something every day for my business. Not as aggressive, I guess, as I would like to be. So I should be much farther along in a year's time than I am with my business. The thing is, I'm not getting out there and asking the question about, do you want to thrive with me? I'm just building relationships, which is great. That's what I want to do because I have other things too. But, damn it. There's a reason I had to say that. Oh, self-talk. Okay. I've been asking myself this year, specifically in the last maybe month, what my problem is. Why am I holding myself? Why am I not growing? Like I watch people in my groups, in my other groups, in my Lavelle groups, I watch them blow through bonuses and ranks like it ain't nothing. And here I am just struggling to make it a business. Why? Because I'm not boldly asking people to thrive with me. I'm just kind of passively doing it. Well, why? Because I'm afraid. Well, why? What am I afraid of? I'm afraid of, and this is where I'm at. What am I afraid of at this point? Because I definitely like to say that I'm the one that faces my fears. Face everything, arise. False evidence appearing real. I look at fear very differently and I try to use it as a power and an energy to propel me forward into what I want to do. To get on the other side of that where the magic has happened. Outside of the comfort zone where the magic happens. So why aren't I doing that with my Thrive? Am I afraid of being successful? I think so. Is there... I don't know if it's I'm afraid of being successful or here it is, I gotta stop. Or there is still a part of me that has a limiting belief of I don't know if it's I don't deserve that or that's not for my life. And it's always attached to the images of where I come from as a 12, 11, 10, 9-year-old girl. We didn't have shit, man. We didn't have shit. We barely had food and clothes. Add that to everything else, so to become a millionaire, like that's part of my affirmations, to become an author, to become a Lavelle brand 40K promoter, these are things so far outside of where I come from that they are truly a different universe. But there is still that belief that I can't get there because of this for some reason. That's really where I'm at with it. So it's just something that I've just been thinking about over the last few weeks or so, because I'm like, what's the problem? I'm doing some of the other work, but I'm not taking that step and asking, hey, do you want to thrive with me? Not as much as I should. I'm just having, conversations and hoping that my Thrive posts on Facebook will do the job. I got to do better than that, right? So anyway, that's what I got for you today. I hope it helped. I'm going to go do my I ams and my gratitudes. I encourage you to do the same thing. At the very least, take 5 minutes, find 5 things that you're grateful for that happened in the last, I typically say 24 hours. You can think about what happened over the weekend. I had a 3-day weekend. Friday, we went on the Weeki River. It was so nice. It was so perfect. I cannot wait to be doing it again. I cannot wait to be taking my dogs. Saturday and Sunday, really just kind of lounged around. and eased into the day and did some gardening and rearranging of the patio, and it's been a great weekend. I really need a 3-day weekend. I don't, yeah. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my 3-day weekend. I needed it. I think I'll be scheduling those more often. Or more regularly, I should say. Not necessarily often, but more regularly, because it's such a refresher. Yeah, and I've never had a 3-day weekend that was just, hey, I chose to take this as a 3-day weekend. There's always been something that needed to be done or that we were doing it for or what have you. So, yeah, excited. All right, I'm out. Have a great day. Go sit in your gratitude. Take 5 minutes. Find something that you're grateful for. Do it with your kids. Do it with your spouse. Do it with your food. I have actually started taking to saying things like, I love you, thank you for the nutrition, thank you for filling my body with what it needs. Things like this as I'm cooking my food or making my tea or growing my plants. Yeah. Look up the rice experiment. Yeah, that's why. Peace out, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. And as always, peace and love.